guys, I'm going to show you exactly, step by step, for Google Ads, for Google Analytics, and for Google Tag Manager, what you need to do to connect their accounts and make them sing together. So what's going on, gang? It's your boy Jerry the Ad Wizard, coming back here with a brand new video. And today I'm going to be looking at the quintessential fundamentals. If you are using the Google Suite, Google Ads, Google Analytics, and Google Tag Manager, I'm going to show you the settings that you need to implement to join them all together. Okay, so stick around, guys. We're going to get into it today. If you are running Google Ads, you better make sure that you have Google Analytics and maybe even Google Tag Manager installed in order to optimize and get the best data that you possibly can around your business and how you can optimize your Google Ads the best. Okay, we need to join these three platforms together so that they talk to each other, harmonize with each other, and pass data along to each other. So guys, grab your coffees and grab your hats. It's time to spin up some ad magic. Okay guys, so as part of this three-tiered approach, we're going to be looking at Google Analytics, Google Ads, and Google Tag Manager. And I'm going to go through step by step exactly what you need to do to tie them all together and to link them all across, okay? They all need the data from each other to harmonize. At the moment, we are joining them together manually, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that to get the best practice out of your Google Ads and your tracking and your analytics. Okay, guys, so I'm in the Google Analytics first. We're going to start with Google Analytics, okay? And we're going to join in the other things. So first of all, we're going to go to the left-hand side here. We're going to use admin. Here is the account settings, and we want to scroll down to the property settings. Okay, so I've clicked on the admin section. Now we're at admin section. Cool. Now you're going to scroll down and you're going to go to this section here, the data collection and modification area. You're going to press data streams, okay, because we want to stream the data. Right, so we're going to click on data streams. Here is what's known as a G site tag. Okay, this is where we add in our G tag, our G site tag. Okay, if you haven't got Google Analytics already installed on your website, this is where you'd go to do that. Okay, you need to add in a new stream and you need to go and you need to create the G site tag, which is like the base layer. It's like a meta pixel, but it's like the Google pixel. Okay, you want to add your website here. You want to type in your website and you want to set up that data stream. If you haven't done that already, okay, if you have, this is where you'll find your data stream. Okay, so first of all, we need to make sure that this has been added, is firing correctly, and is fully activated. Okay, I can see here on this one everything that we need. We have the tag instructions at the very bottom where it says data is flowing. Check that out to make sure that all the data is harmonized. If it isn't, or you need to debug this, let me know in the comments down below if you're not seeing what I'm seeing after you set this up. Okay, you want to make sure also that the enhanced measurement is turned on. If you want to know what that means and how you can send user provided data through a user provided data variable on Google Tag Manager, we can enable enhanced conversions. The data is even more vigorous. We can train our ad AI, meaning that we get even better results. Google can find us more resonant people. We can get even better results from our ads. You want to make sure that the enhanced conversion is turned on here, okay? But if you want to know how to set up that user provided data and that user provided data variable, click in the card at the top. I'm going to show you the video that I put together in order for you to add this to your Google Tag Manager setup, okay? Very important for enhanced conversions. So make sure that you have enhanced conversions turned on. Now that's it, guys. That's it for the Google Analytics section. Okay, so guys, after we've got the G site tag in there, we need to also add in these additional product links. And there's a section here for product links. Okay, go through these. We got Google Ads links. Okay, go and connect your Google Ad account here. So you press link and then you go and it says choose the Google Ad accounts, and then you press and then you configure the settings. Choose a Google Ad account. Choose the Google Ad account. Then under configure settings, you can enable some of these, you know, enable auto tagging, etc. Just press next, go to all of these additional settings and then press submit. I'm not going to do that because we already have the ad account connected here. So I'm just going to delete that. But then you're going to go to the ad manager links. Then you're going to go to, if you have got a Google Merchant Center or you're running Google Shopping ads, you have an e-commerce website, add that in here. Google Merchant link, you can press here again, link, and then choose which account you want to link to. And the last thing is the Google Search Console. If you have SEO as part of your strategy, you definitely want the Google Search Console so that Google can crawl your website successfully and then start ranking them for search engine optimization. So also, if you have a Google Search Console link, add that in here, okay? Add that in, press link at the top. For this client, we don't have it, but press link here, go to the same setup. Then all three of those products will be connected to your Google Analytics, okay? You don't need to connect to your Google Tag Manager. We're going to go into the Google Tag Manager right now, okay? I'm going to show you how we're going to join all these things together. So first of all, we got Google Analytics and we need a Google G tag / site tag. Comment down below if you want to have a video on how to set that G site tag up, what that means, and all those intricacies around the G site tag. Very, very important to add that in. Okay, so we're in Google Tag Manager, and this is kind of worked quite similarly to Google Analytics. We're going to go to an admin section, which is just this section up here. Okay, and this one's really, really simple, guys. Again, we need to make sure that we have the Google Tag Manager code installed. So you're going to press this up here under the container section. You're going to press install Google Tag Manager. There is going to give you a code, and we're going to need to paste the top section to the head of the website and the body tag in the body section of the website. What you can do here, what they've added in, is the ability to test to make sure that your website is firing this correctly, right? Okay, so we're going to fire it, and we're going to load it, and we're going to test it and see what happens here. So as we can see, there's a green tick, which means that the code has been successfully installed, meaning that now Google Tag Manager, that base code is also on your website. Okay, so you want to paste the top bit of the code to the head of the website and the body, and the bottom bit into the body section of the website. If you want to know how to do that, or you want to have some examples, let me know in the comment down below. I am presuming that you have access to your website and you're able to find these sections fairly easily, or if you don't, you have a developer who can do and action this for you. So send this code. You can just press these copy buttons here and send that code either to the developer or add that code to the website yourself if you're a smarty pants and you know how to do that yourself. Okay, guys, now we're in the final part of this. We are in the Google Ads Manager. Now we have another section that we need to join this together. So we have the Google Analytics, we have Google Tag Manager, and now we have Google Ads. Okay, with the Google Ads account, it's quite simple. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do and where you need to go. So first of all, we're going to go to goals over here on the left-hand side. This used to be conversions. Now it's known under the umbrella of goals, but we're going to scroll down here, right? And here we have the different conversion actions. This is important, guys, because the conversion action is the main thing that we want people to do on our website for our business, on our lead form. And we need to make sure that those conversions are set up and that they're feeding into Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics. As a default, the Google Tag Manager will send data to Google Analytics. It will see those two things together. We don't need to connect those. The Google Tag Manager, if you're unaware, is the kind of middleman that takes all the data, fires it to the different places from Google Ads, goes to Google Tag Manager, gets fired to Google Analytics. So it's a middleman, it's a middle glue. Google Tag Manager, okay, then what we need to do is fire that. We need to link up the conversion. So to fire into Google Tag Manager, so then Google Tag Manager fires it into Google Analytics, okay? All joins together and all these things work together really nicely. So this is exactly how we do that, right? This is exactly our process on which to do that. So hopefully it's useful to you guys to go through this together. And if you've got any comments or if you've got any questions, guys, just leave it down in the comments below. I'm very happy to answer any questions at all. And I really, really appreciate all of you and all of your support. Thank you so much. So we're going to set up a conversion, okay, here from scratch, or if you want to connect the main conversion that you're looking at, okay, you can edit the goals here and you can go through the same process, but I'm just going to start one from scratch just so I can show you. So first of all, we're going to go to website. Okay, this is going to tell us the website domain. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Guys, I've got a whole section on how to set up conversion tracking for your Google Ads. Okay, a whole video about this. I'm going to put a card in the top right-hand corner so you can watch that and so see exactly how this is working in our Google Ads and how we can create Google Ads around these conversion events. But at the moment, we're just connecting these conversion events to Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics. So you can add in a conversion event manually. At the very bottom, you want to add that, okay? You're going to tell the Google Ads system what your goal and action optimization is, what the conversion name is, what the value is if you know that, the user dynamic value if you don't. Again, if you want to know how to do conversion values, so I might make another video on that because that's a very, very interesting and cool topic, and that's something I really, really love because, again, it gives more ammunition and firepower for Google to know what's important to your business. If you put in conversion values, it knows what to prioritize, etc. But guys, before we go anywhere else and you're new here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any more important updates. We are here many times a week to help business owners, online advertisers, and digital marketeers get the best from the online advertising, paid media, and digital marketing strategies. But without further ado, let's get back to the video. And at the very bottom here, right, so you're going to leave this, leave this, leave this, leave this. And at the very bottom, we've got enhanced conversions. We're going to make sure that's ticked, okay? Then you're going to press done, and then you can see the conversion event here. You're going to press save and continue, okay? And here is how we set those things up. If you're not using Google Tag Manager, you could just set it up with a Google tag. You could see the event snippet here. Press the event snippet, and this is the code that you need to send to your developer or that you need to add onto the thank you page of the conversion is happening. If you're not running Google Tag Manager, do this approach. This will connect your Google Ads to Google Analytics, and you'll be able to see the conversions happening there. There's also a section here so you can email to your webmaster. Okay, you're a nice developer. You can just write in their email address and the instructions get sent to them so they know where to put the code. But guys, because we're connecting the Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, and Google Ads together, we're going to press the Google Tag Manager section. And here is where we can see the additional information that we need to add into our tag in Google Tag Manager. So what we're going to do here is use this information, and we're going to go back back to Google Tag Manager and we're going to create a tag that is connected to this. Okay. I'm not going to go through the whole setup process on how to set up conversion tracking here because there are additional steps, and you can check out that video after this one that will show you exactly how to do that. But these two ID numbers here is what we're going to be bringing into Google Tag Manager, and the Google Tag Manager is going to know, okay, that's the tag that's firing, and what is the trigger. You'd set up the trigger after that. But for now, I'm just going to show you where the conversion ID and the label is supposed to go in Google Tag Manager. We're going to bring these IDs. I'm just going to show you where in the Google Tag Manager that needs to go. So we're going to bring in the Google Tag Manager. I'm going to run this alongside it so we can see, so I can just copy it from one place to the next. Okay, and what you want to do here is go to tags. Okay, in the tag section on Google Tag Manager, if you have no tags yet, you press new, press here, title it, press tag configuration, press in this box, and this thing comes up. You're going to press Google Ads. If you haven't got the Google Ads conversion linker, definitely link this. You will need this for the conversions to fire. The next, what we're installing here from the Google Ads Manager is the Google Ads conversion tracking. So click on this, and here is where we're going to enter in all of the different things that we need to from the Google Tag Manager. So conversion ID, we're going to bring this across. We're just going to copy it in here, and then the label is the conversion label underneath. We're going to copy this in like this. Of course, label your tag correctly. If you know the conversion values, if you know the transaction IDs and any of these things, add these in here. If you don't, you can leave them blank. That's absolutely fine. What I tend to do here is tick all of these boxes through the data layer. We've set things up in the data layer so that we're sending additional information. Again, if you don't have this, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know. Maybe I can create a different video on the data layer aspects of the Google tracking side of things. Okay, includes user provided data variable, include user provided data from your website. Definitely have this clicked. If you want to know how to add this in to your website, I'm putting a card in the top right-hand corner, guys, so you can just navigate to that. Here on the drop-down menu, press user provided data. This is from the user provided data variable that we set up. If you want to know, again, how to do that, click the card in the corner. This I'm going to leave as false, and everything else is the same, guys, right? So advanced settings, etc. Now, you do want to have a trigger. For this, I'm not going to show you how to set this up, but the thank you page is the trigger. So what I do is just select the trigger for the thank you page so that when somebody reaches the thank you page of that conversion journey, that's when the new conversion that we've created on Google Ads fires. And that's the trigger for Google Tag Manager to send the data and to fire the data into Google Tag Manager and into Google Analytics, right? So then the ad AI knows what's going on. It can understand, it can learn, it can get us more results based on the things that have worked for us, right? So really, really important to have that and to have those additional sections in there. Okay, that is how you set up the Google Ads, and then you've linked it to the Google Tag Manager. You've added the Google Analytics G-site tag for this. You've added the Google Tag Manager code into your website, and you've added in, now you've got your conversion tracking on your Google Ads set up into your Google Tag Manager so that it fires in to the Google Analytics and all those nice things. So that's how you set those things up, and that's how you connect those three accounts together. Another best tip or practice that I would recommend, okay? Some people say, hey, should we have multiple containers, right? On Google Tag Manager, you have a container. That's where your website sits. Should we have multiple containers for different things? Google recommends not to do that. I would probably recommend not to do that. I may do another video on, for example, a meta server container, which acts very much within the container of the meta conversion API. If you'd like to watch a video on that, let me know. I'll make a video on that as well. Just use one container. Don't overcomplicate things. You don't need to have multiple containers for different things on Google Tag Manager. So that's something to bear in mind. You can see here, for example, you can just set up a new container, create a new container. You can have multiple containers in your Google Ad account, but you don't need it. Just have one. It's really okay. Google also recommends. But that's it, guys. Hopefully that was useful. Let me know if you have any other questions on how to do anything in the Google Suite. I'm very happy to answer any of your questions, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. And that's it for today, ad gang. Hopefully that was useful. Hopefully now you have a good understanding how to join your Google Ads, your Google Analytics, and your Google Tag Managers together. Hit me a comment down below if you've got any questions, you see any updates, or you think there's something that I'd missed. I'd love to hear down below. We are here to come to learn and discover things together. You can catch me on LinkedIn at Jerry Griffiths, on Instagram at Jerry AdWizard, at Jerry Dreadlocked, everywhere else. If you'd like to know how to set up conversion tracking for your Google Suite, okay, so if you're running Google Ads and you're using Google Tag Manager, for example, and you're using Google Analytics and you want to know how you can set up conversions so you can create a conversion campaign which drives revenue for your business, okay, I've created a video on how that works. Just click this link over here. I thank you so much for all the support. I love every single one of you guys. I'm your boy, Jerry the Ad Wizard, and wherever you are in the world, I bid you peace, love, and a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, I will catch you in the next one.